Hello, 8th graders. Welcome to Sprint 7 of the Manifest Destiny Experience Project. This sprint is where you figure out if your classmates have learned what you want them to learn in your sprint. So you're going to write an assessment booklet page, and every group will have a page that has some questions on it, or really a closed passage on it, where you will be asking them to fill in answers to show that they have learned what they need to learn. So it's called the assessment booklet. Each one of you will be filling a page out for each group. In order to write your page, which is due on Thursday, you need to fill out this, include all of this information. So you're going to put the topic, the group members' names, everybody's name in the group, what is your group's essential question, then you'll include the closed passage, and we will explain what that is, and also a QR code to the website. So here's an example. Assessment booklet page for Life on the Prairie. The group members are Miss Mesmer and myself, and the EQ is here. Why did people bother to risk everything to live on the prairie? What were the hardships they faced? And then you can see here is the answer to that essential question, the answer to the question, except there are some key words left out. And then the students, or everyone who's not in your group, will have to go watch your scene, look at your web page, and look at your boards and find the answers to these key words that have been left out. So, and then at the very bottom, you put a QR code to your website to make it very easy for people to go to the website and find the information that they need. Okay, so here's how you're going to accomplish making this closed passage.
So what you have to do is you have to write a paragraph or two that answers your EQ. Make sure to include all the history you need your classmates to know. And you need to be very specific about what you want your classmates to know, because they're going to have to really pay attention to find those words when they do the close. Identify keywords you can remove that will test your classmates' knowledge of your topic. They should be facts your classmates can find on your website, in your scene, or on your board. Underline these key words. And then lastly, remove these key words from the passage, leaving only a line in that place. Now you have a closed passage. So this is the one that Ms. Marinese and I did. After the Louisiana Purchase, there was a great deal of land available to settle in the newly acquired Louisiana Territory and beyond. People wanted the opportunity to live their lives in freedom without the interference of government, religion, and social restrictions. They also felt the United States was overcrowded. They wanted to live their own lives on the land. There was a great deal of land to be had for free and an urgency to settle it and tame the wilderness. Settlers on the prairie faced extreme weather, natural disasters including locusts, fire, winds, and dust. They lacked materials to build homes. Relentless winds made it difficult to plant and have successful harvests. The emotional and physical toll was extreme for the settlers, and many gave up and returned home in defeat. The settlers who did survive lived in homes that were often made of grass, sod, and a little wood. There were not many trees on the prairie. They worked from dawn to dusk trying to tame their land and provide a meager living for their families. With the nearest neighbor often miles away, illness and accidents claimed many lives, and survival was not guaranteed. For those who managed to survive, the reward was great: freedom, land, family, self-sufficiency, settling the prairie. So here's where you go through and on your paragraphs, and then you have to find words that are historically important. You know that you're not going to use the word like beyond, because that doesn't have anything to do with history, but you do want, like, for example, the Louisiana Purchase. You want to have wilderness, you want to have land, you want to have weather, materials, emotional, physical. I mean, these are things that you can actually find, should be able to find in all of your research. So here it is. Here is the closed reading that's done, and that's what you have to do. This is due, we will remind you, this is due on Thursday.
And it does all need to fit on one page, because we're going to put them all in a booklet, and each group gets one page of the booklet.
And just to add to that, when this booklet is done, you will be taking, we will have a quiz on this, and it's actually a test on this on the Thursday after the Manifest Destiny experience. So this is going to be, for all of you are going to be responsible to know everything on everybody's assessment page. So the stakes are pretty high here.
So you can use your booklet on your quiz.
Yeah, you can use the booklet.
So if you do a good job on your booklet, it will help you on your quiz.
So there's a lot of your grade here, folks, so make sure you do a good job.
All right.
That's
That's
it.
it.